Hello and welcome back to the Hatching for Health show, where our mission is to create a platform for people to share their stories, educate the public, and to build a more compassionate community. And I'm your host, Jessica Hatch. Today's story is one that will stop you in your tracks. In 2021, during a brutal winter storm, Jackie Pham lived through every parent's worst nightmare, losing her 3 young children and her mother in a single unimaginable moment. But what Jackie did next is nothing short of extraordinary. Instead of letting tragedy define her, she turned heartbreak into purpose and created the CEO Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to lifting others through generosity, support, and unforgettable experiences. And today, Jackie is here along with 2 nonprofits that she's helped, including Hope for 3 and GiGi's Playhouse, to share how her mission is changing lives across our community. This is a story of loss, of love, and of incredible strength. So Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I want to get right to it. This is a beautiful foundation that you created in honor of your children.
Thank you.
And I know it's probably, not easy to talk about. I mean, it's not been that many years, but what you're doing to just continue their legacy really is a beautiful thing. But can you kind of just bring us back to, I guess, what happened in 2021 in the winter storm?
Yeah, I mean, in short, the lights went out that evening, and I woke up in the hospital the next day, and just lost everyone. And so since that time, I think, it's been a challenge and a struggle to really adopt this new outlook. Mm-hmm. In life for me. It's never something I imagined, but at the end of the day, I'm a mom. I'm still a mom, mm-hmm. And this is how I continue to be a mom for my kids. There's no blueprint for this, right? There's been a lot of just learning along the way, doing, I think, what feels right. Mm-hmm. Honestly, asking my children all the time, does this feel right? Is this kind of, what you would want, and trying to sort of continue to listen to them and mm-hmm. allow them to guide me. Yeah. And so, yeah, where we are today is that I've started the CEO Foundation. Mm-hmm. I've had so much help within the community, yeah. Local leaders, friends, strangers who are just good old wholesome humans right. that have, reached out and helped me. And I think that's a huge reason why we are where we are today. Mm-hmm. It's also a big part of why sort of our model is the way that it is, such that we only partner with other nonprofits that have been established and doing amazing work in the community. And so all we're really doing is supporting them in mm-hmm. any way we can, and that's at times through funding, mm-hmm. And bringing more awareness to those organizations, such as the 2 that your guests will hear about today that yeah. I'm excited about.
And the CEO actually is, the initials for your children, is that correct?
That's right. And it was something that preceded the foundation. At home, mm-hmm. we all our stuff was CEO, but really? It stands for Colette, Edison, and Olivia, my children's names.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that also that you but just the thought of kind of they're your angels and you kind of look to them for guidance throughout what you're doing. Because I saw videos and stuff on your website and, they definitely seem like just such good little children, so it's beautiful. And, just the ability to feel like they're continuously living through you vicariously through the CEO Foundation.
They are. I mean, they are the best. And I'm so grateful to have been their mom, and I would never trade it for anything in the world. And again, it just looks different for me now than what I had imagined and what any of you all could imagine. But I'm still so grateful to have been their mom and to continue to be their mom. And I'm so grateful to everybody who knows the CEO Foundation, because that means you know my children, and it means so much to me.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I'm getting to know more of it too, because it's like, for when you first hear the name, you think of CEOs, like, executives and stuff. And so it's really important to dig into what exactly is that. And when you get the full picture, it's a beautiful one, and it makes you want to be a part of it. So I just think it's very important for people to understand what it really means. Tell me about your background. Were you personally in a role that was in leadership and stuff before taking on this foundation?
So, I've spent the greater part of my career in the private sector. I was a CFO before essentially retiring and dedicating myself to the CEO Foundation. I think for a few years I tried to sort of manage both, and it was hard.
Yeah, I bet.
And I feel like this is kind of where I'm meant to be at this point in my life. And so, I've definitely tried to take all the things I've learned, in business and sort of the corporate world, and try to sort of use as much relevant knowledge as I can here.
That's awesome. I know some of the board members too. Are those individuals that are happening a part of other organizations, or are your board members, strictly just a part of the CEO Foundation?
They're definitely involved in other organizations in and around the Houston area, but most of them honestly were people that I consulted with, sought guidance from very, very early on to kind of get things started. And just they've been sort of my personal sounding board before formalizing their roles into the board. And so now I think it's been helpful to also have my team exposed to them in that sort of manner, and formally guiding the CEO Foundation.
Right. Well, I know we are going to bring on Ammie. I know she's one of the ones and part of an organization that you guys have been helping to show exactly what you guys are doing by finding these other relevant organizations that are really already doing what you're after. So that's beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and bring on Ammie. I know that she's actually a part of the GiGi's Playhouse Fort Bend, and kind of learn about that organization that you guys are supporting as well. So go ahead and come on out, Ammie. Joining us now is Ammie, who leads GiGi's Playhouse in Fort Bend that oversees programs that build skills, confidence, and a supportive community for individuals with Down syndrome. Ammie, we're so glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so most importantly, how did you guys learn about each other to be able to really gain support from each other's organizations?
Yeah, so fortunately, I've actually known part of the staff of CEO for quite a while, high school and then beyond. And so it's just kind of a natural fit. Have a lot of same circle of friends and different things, so it fell together nicely, but certainly we were wanting to be a part of something, just given the story of what CEO was and who it supported. And so just from a friend standpoint, we wanted to be a part of it. And then certainly the fact that they have brought us in as a nonprofit support is just a bigger blessing.
Absolutely, that's incredible. And is that kind of like, do you guys prepare like a few different organizations that you constantly support? Just kind of thinking about that out loud. And so you will continuously have those relationships and maybe add a new one on as time progresses?
Definitely, and I think it's quite nimble. So it's really depending on what the needs are of the organization and whether or not we can help any way that we can. We were just talking about some sort of growth opportunities that Ammie and I were discussing earlier, and so that's kind of how it happens, is just naturally catching up, finding out what are you all up to, and then for us to sort of decide how can we support.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so tell me about GiGi's Playhouse, and this location's in Fort Bend, because I know there's like a chain of them around, right?
Correct, yeah.
Is it like a franchise, I believe, that you
Yes.
you bought this one?
Yes, so we're
Okay.
part of a national organization, and then just where opportunity arises in locations that are in need of some support for individuals and their families who have Down syndrome, you can kind of, ask the national office and
Right.
bring it on. And so when our daughter was born, Sadie, 13 years ago, we were looking for resources and just couldn't really find what we were needing for her, but also for us as a family, me as a mom. And we found the national organization and just really believed in their mission, and so wanted to bring one to Fort Bend County.
That's incredible. So tell me a little bit about, well, not just Down syndrome, but with Sadie in particular. Did you know that she was going to be born with Down syndrome? Was it something you learned during pregnancy?
We actually didn't find out till about a week after she was born. She was born prematurely, and so they did testing after she was born, and then we got the diagnosis. So we didn't know, we really didn't know a whole lot about Down syndrome and what that looked like. And honestly, when you kind of go online and start searching, it's not always the most positive thing. And so we wanted to change that. And I will say, us getting our name out and having people be aware of the Down syndrome community is really important to us. It's part of our mission. And the CEO Foundation has been instrumental in helping others understand that, it's not just our families that are affected by it or that are blessed by it. It's the whole community. So we just really thought that that was our calling in life, of what we needed to do. And if you met Sadie or meet her, you are a friend for life, and she loves big. And certainly we just feel blessed that God gave us her. And so we want to share that with the rest of the community.
That's beautiful. Is this somewhere that children are going, like an after school type program, or what is what does that look like?
So our programs are for 0 through adulthood. So we start meeting with families if they are given a pre-diagnosis. Our programs are really more for the whole family. So we're not really a drop-off. Some of our adult programs, the adults do come for lengthy periods of time. But most of our programming, we call it purposeful play or therapeutical education. So we're having the families involved, even siblings. We have an older son. He comes to the program so he can meet other, brothers and sisters in the same situation. And so, we really consider ourselves more of like a whole, family program oriented and want people involved in that way.
Is there other locations, like, I guess, in the greater Houston area, or is this kind of the main one?
So we're the largest one in this area, but we do have a location in Houston that offers very similar programming. Houston's large.
Right.
So, being able to, and for some of our families, it's a great opportunity because they can get to both locations depending on what programs are being offered or what therapy they might need support in. So it's really beneficial and helpful for our families.
Okay. And how long has it been that the CEO Foundation, y'all have been partnered up?
3 years?
About 3 years.
Yeah.
So kind of early on in y'all's, when you found it.
It's a very natural connection, as Ammie said, just because there were so many mutual relationships there.
Yeah. And you had one of your particular events back in 2022. I guess, did that specifically benefit GiGi's Playhouse?
So what the CEO Foundation does, one of their very unique aspects is that their gala is not really them raising funds for themselves. And, an auction item isn't just for you to purchase and go home with something. All the auction packages are experiences for other nonprofits like GiGi's. So one of their donors, bids on an item that's an experience for us. So this year we're going to be going to the conservatory, I believe, right? And so, that's kind of unheard of. People want to go to a gala, buy something, and it be for them.
Right.
These people are giving thousands of dollars for the benefit of our families. And that's something that they have created.
Great concept. Yes.
And it's just been tremendous to help bring awareness. And again, these are activities that families probably wouldn't get to do on their own.
Right.
So the fact that Jackie and her staff have committed to this is tremendous.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And when is y'all's next event? Is it?
So our next gala is February 21st, 2026.
Okay.
Yes.
We do have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
And then we'll be joined by another organization you're helping. So, but before we take a break, I do want to share a moment that truly reminds us why Hatching for Health exists. This past weekend, we had the honor of giving 17-year-old Jonathan, who was recently diagnosed with leukemia, and his dad, Rodolfo, an experience that they'll never forget. They were picked up in luxury style with our Mercedes Sprinter van, and they were decked out in jerseys and chauffeured to the Texans game. Jonathan was able to forget about his appointments and treatments for the day and just be a kid. Take a look at the special moment we captured on video.
H-Town, hold it down. Bull down, Texans run the battleground. H-Town pride, we wear the crown. No one's stopping us, bull down.
Your private practice deserves more than sticky notes and missed calls. Funnel Cake MD is the HIPAA-compliant growth platform built for doctors and dentists. Manage calls, texts, and emails in one secure inbox. Book more patients, cut the admin chaos, and keep your front desk sane. Try it free for 14 days with full white glove onboarding so you're running smooth from day one. Don't let outdated software hold you back. Sweeten your growth with Funnel Cake MD. Start your free trial now at funnelcakemd.ai.
Funnel Cake MD, all-in-one tool to grow your practice.
Have you been seriously injured in an automobile accident or 18-wheeler? Come on in to Thurlow & Associates, 713-CALL-TOM. Come on in, meet our attorneys and our friendly staff. Let us give you a free case evaluation. Hire an experienced attorney, more than 30 years in practice, and 10,000 satisfied clients. Thurlow & Associates, 713-CALL-TOM.
Welcome back from commercial break. If you just joined us, we're here with the CEO Foundation as well as GiGi's Playhouse, talking about how they have partnered to help each other. And I know that we're going to cut to another foundation, but I just wanted to kind of wrap up. I'd love for people to be able to connect with you and your organization and be able to basically have their children go there or their young adults. So where can they find you?
Yeah, so the easiest way is we can find us on our website, which is just gigisplayhouse.org/Sugarland. That's our address, but you can also find us on all social media. If you type in GiGi's Playhouse, it'll pull up different locations and all of our different programming and different things. So encourage families to join us. If you know someone who has a child or an adult who has Down syndrome, please send them our way and we will welcome them. And we love meeting new families all the time.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll definitely be in touch and continue to share your information. And while we're talking about it, for the CEO Foundation, is it also just cefoundation.org?
Yeah, so our website is ceofoundation.org. We're also on all the socials. You can look up CEO Foundation, or CEO for Good is really our handle on most platforms. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, let's bring out Darla, the other young lady that you guys are supporting. So next, we're excited to welcome Darla Farmer with the Hope of Three. Darla leads the amazing organization, which is dedicated to supporting families affected by autism. She's here to share more about the work that Hope for Three is doing and how the CEO Foundation has been able to support their mission and the families they serve. So Darla, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you are involved with, is this your organization?
It
Hope
is.
for Three?
I'm the CEO and founder of Hope for Three, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So tell me a little bit about it, your background and how you started it.
Sure. We're a local nonprofit. We provide resources and support to families living with autism. But how it all got started is I have a family that has 4 children. The oldest is a college student. The youngest are 3 identical triplets that we affectionately call the Triple Divas.
Wow.
And when Mom got pregnant, Mom's name is Hope, we were so excited, all the ladies in the community, we had named the girls Princess A and B because we knew she was pregnant with girls.
Okay.
So around 7 months, we find Princess C. So she's pregnant with naturally conceived African-American identical triplets, and the odds are 1 in 200 million.
Wow.
So we were so excited. All the ladies in the community got together, gave a beautiful shower. And then when the girls were born, I was at the hospital. They were actually born on the anniversary of my mom's passing. So I say God took 1 angel and gave us 3 back.
Yeah.
So when the girls were born, doing fantastic, doing incredible, went home after being in NICU for 8 days. And we had set up chefs to help with bottle feeding and diaper changing. And after a while, you know, you've got to take care of your own family. But I had an empty nest and was able to remain close friends with the family. So at about 2 1/2, the girls are London, Lakin, and Lauren. At about 2 1/2,
So
Lakin
cute.
was the middle triplet who was the little leader of the group. She knew her name, ABCs, count to 10, and so she was kind of leading the other 2 girls.
Yeah.
At about 2 1/2, Hope noticed that she was losing some of her eye contact, some of her speech, not wanting to play with her sisters. So she took her to the doctor, and the doctors told her, "Chill out, Mom. It's normal for triplets to be a little developmentally delayed. They've got their own little community."
Right.
Well, she lost all of her speech, totally regressed, lost her life skills, and she's still nonverbal today
Wow.
and communicates through an iPad.
This is the little one that was the leader.
This is the middle one who was the lead.
Yeah.
Within 6 to 9 months, the other 2 girls started showing the same characteristics. So by the time they were 4, actually, Lakin was diagnosed at the time with PDD-NOS, pervasive development disorder, not otherwise specified, which
Okay.
to us meant they don't know.
Okay.
But within 6 to 9 months of her diagnosis, the other 2 girls started showing the same characteristics. So by the time they were 4 to 5, all 3 girls were diagnosed with autism.
Okay.
What I watched this family go through was sort of horrific. Hope was looking for resources that would cover the girls through insurance, get them in specialized schooling. We couldn't find anything. I had never even heard of autism, didn't even know what it was. So I said, Hope, let me give it a shot. Couldn't find any resources. So we, my husband and I have always been entrepreneurs. We brought Hope and Eric to my home, sat at our kitchen table, and said, let us help. We're capable of helping. So we established the nonprofit.
You guys are all just getting me. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah.
You'll make me emotional.
I know. I'm like, and then now she finds y'all. It's like, you find the
She's
good
a
ones, don't
blessing.
you?
She's a blessing.
Yeah.
But we sat at my kitchen table, shared a few tears, and said, let us help develop this nonprofit. So we came up with the name Hope for 3. Mama's name is Hope, and the 3 girls.
Yeah, you had
are,
3 to get started with.
Is where our
And to
name
help.
comes from.
Yeah.
So we were established in 2011,
Okay.
and we are nearly 15 years old next year, but we have made what I hope is a great impact for many families.
Of course.
Yeah,
That is
so-
beautiful. That's a great way to start, you know, something
Thank
as
you.
well. I mean, it gives you obviously the ambition you were already helping so much with these little ones, you know, before even knowing what they were about to embark on.
Yeah, it's been a journey
for
for
sure.
the family.
Now it says here that they're okay. So the twins, they were twins that became triplets. That
There
was
you
where
go,
that. Okay,
yeah.
because I was like, someone had twins and then triplets.
Yeah,
What's
because
going
one
on
was
here?
hiding. Lauren was hiding.
Okay, very good. So how old are they now?
They turned 19 on March 25th of this year and then graduated in May.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
incredible.
they're 19 and a half almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very, very nice. So as far as autism goes, is this kind of the main organization you guys work with from that perspective, or is there others as well?
I mean, we try to pick organizations that coincide with our mission, but again, just things I feel like would appeal to my children. My son Edison was mildly autistic,
Okay.
and so I knew I wanted to do something in this space. And again, just through connections and other introductions, you know, I came across Hope for 3 and kind of the 3 and 3. I just felt like
Yeah.
it was kismet.
Yeah, right.
And God bless Darla, because she does so much and is always running on all cylinders. And so I just think, you know, again, there are a lot of families out there that, you know, are overwhelmed when they hear about these diagnoses. And, you know, anything I think we can do to sort of make things easier for them through sort of resource and education, you know, we're happy to bring more awareness to organizations like Hope for 3 so that families know that there is help out there.
Of course, of course. And so can people just like directly reach out to the organization and then the resources start to become like available to them because y'all have already figured them out?
Absolutely. We vet all of our providers and resources, and anyone, anywhere, locally, nationally, internationally, can reach out to us for resources and referrals. But we also provide financial aid to families that reside in Fort Bend County. And we have 10 other programs that we try and serve the whole family unit, not just the individual with autism. Because our littles, which we called our littles, are now bigs, and there's not very many opportunities or resources for the older population. So we work hard towards ensuring that the entire family is supported.
Okay, that is really, really incredible. And where can people like find you guys?
Sure. They can reach out on our website, hope43.org, but also we're on all avenues of social media as well. And you'll get to talk to a live person. We don't have anyone that voicemail, so they're happy to reach out through the phone, through social media, as well as the website.
Okay, and before we go, I just wanted to touch on It's Cool to Care. What is that exactly?
It's Cool to Care is a program that we developed. We go into the public school systems and we educate and empower. We do a presentation, an interactive presentation, but we just try to educate and empower young people about other young people with unique abilities.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, we knew when we first started the program we needed to reach the masses, let people know who we are, what we do, and how we can help. And so we thought through the public school systems, and there's over 9,600 children diagnosed with autism in Fort Bend County public school system alone.
Wow, right. So that awareness continuously is, you know, is very, very good for the public. Not just there, but all over. Can you imagine, you know, the numbers? Yeah, it is astonishing. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I'd love to attend y'all's event coming up in February and continue to stay in touch and work together however we can also help. So,
absolutely.
Thank you.
So thank y'all. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Hatching for Health. And it's that time again, our weekly golden raffle giveaway here on the Hatching for Health show. And since we're just days away from Christmas, we have something extra magical in store. This week, we're giving away tickets to the Christmas at Big Rivers Water Park, a true holiday wonderland. Picture this: sparkling lights everywhere, festive hay rides, cozy holiday treats, rides for the kids, a petting zoo, and of course, a visit with Santa himself. It's the perfect place for families to soak in the Christmas spirit and make memories that they'll cherish forever. DM us at Hatching for Health on Instagram or Facebook to enter to win. And a big warm thank you to Big Rivers Water Park for donating the incredible experience for Christmas and helping us bring more families to the season. And as we celebrate the holidays, we want to remind you that these special moments are only possible because of your continued generosity. Visit our website at hatchingforhealth.org to make a donation this holiday season and give a family the gift of joy, hope, and a Christmas they'll never forget. From our hearts to yours, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. And we'll see you next week on Hatching for Health. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone.
Can I get in on this prize? I want to.